Well, here on Indian Trace, this is like part 2 of the Moving Day. Because along with the Bowl of Souls here, I mean, haven't you, collecting all the artifacts that you do, and I know those of you who watch, or if you could, you would, and the love that you have for the North American Indian, haven't you thought, even if once, what was going on with the relationships? What were the females doing? Because archaeology from the early 1900s up has been tainted with a male-dominated beginning. But this culture, this pottery comes from this, of course. It's one and the same. But there is a specific gender role that they happily shared. Maybe not always happily. I mean, do you? Are you always happily sharing? And there is a specific difference between the roles that the men played and the roles that the women played, which was a beautiful difference, which was a great contrast. Without this contrast, God knows what your life, how vibrant, how inspiring it would be, right? I wouldn't want a part of it. There is nothing that's the same. Every bit different. But here on Indian Trace and on the archaeological arrowhead hunting vein of YouTube, a lot of people are just looking at these and thinking, Indians, men. It's not just the men. The men held the women, the cultivators of life, those who brought life into the world, those who were renewed completely every month with new blood as the most sacred. Now, in the last month or so, I found these. Absolute great group. And again, all of these that I'm looking at right here are not staying in my hands. A few will. Some others go, and I have to sort of hurry because I'm losing natural light, and I will only do these in natural light. Absolute great. The one on the left here is sugar quartz. It's an unbelievably great point. Little Guilford. Found in Site 2. Super strong. Sugar quartz is a super strong material here in eastern central North Carolina. Of course they used it as well as the rhyolite. Now flakes, thinning flakes on the back of the base, I always love. Just total purpose and character to them. Like this point here, absolute G10 in my book. One of my favorite sizes. But look at the thinning strike here. Purposed. Needed. And they were getting this thing together to use. Totally needed. They just wanted it thinner. Of course, the atlatls. It was the kingdom of atlatl, like these two. Stone cold killers. But this one was found across county at the Archaic. Total purpose. Now I tend to agree, not because I'm a man, but the men, this was what they spent a lot of time making, these stone projectiles. They did not, if you're a child or somebody who's new in this, spend time making this, decorating this, putting stripes and balance, decorative edging. Using their fingernails and nails 2,000 years ago. Strong. Woodland. Middle woodland pottery. No, they were doing this because they needed to bring the meat home daily. And that's a beautiful life way. I think I might have heard Jonesy say once that he was born 10,000 years too late. I get it. Another piece of sugar quartz. And then these three in the middle. Well, I forgot this one, of course. It's a nice piece of quartz. So if it caught your attention, or if you want some of these, or the group that I'm going to play forward, tell me how it's affecting you. Haven't you seen YouTube changing? If you haven't, if you actually believe the videos they say are trending, which I'll never even check out, I'll never give a 1 second of time to check, because it's their algorithms. They're not trending. They don't let truly inspirational, truly popular videos ever trend. They don't let truly popular people ever increase. Look at this point. If I can get the focus, the light's dimming. G10 from the Cove. This is a great point right here. Found at the Sahara. So, how do you feel about that? I mean, you might say, yeah, it's wrong, but you might go on, never say anything of your heart. Never share anything of how you really feel about this country or society or the pretenders who happen, and they're not leaders. I have no tolerance for rulers that fail their people. None. Good business practice can bring success to a nation that we've brought so much good to the world. No need to scold us for our shortcomings. It's almost as fruitful as scolding your family all the time for their shortcomings. Let God take care of that. Strive to lift up the positives, the goodness. And there's a better way. Hope you find out there.